In this video from Reports Your Way, we'll examine how to add sophisticated report options to our JET reports. When building a report, it is often very useful to include a section which defines various filters and assumptions that we want to use to narrow down the information shown in the report. At its most basic, this allows us to place the report in design mode, modify those filters, and then rerun the report so that those filters update the displayed data. Placing a report in design mode, however, requires the use of a JET Designer license. Let's look at how to add report options so that non-designers can also modify these filters. When the report is run, we want to display a report options window which allows the viewer to choose specific filters. There is a report options wizard included in JET reports. For our purposes, let's take a look at how to do this on our own so that we understand how it works. At its most basic, our report options window will include a title to let us know what type of filter data is needed, and a value prompt where we can enter in the specific data. At a minimum, this requires the use of 3 special keywords in our report. The first of these is the keyword option. This tag must appear in column A. Each row that has option in column A becomes a user-selectable option in the report options window. The next keyword is title. This tag must appear in row 1. The intersection of the option row and the title column creates the title for the option. In this example, cell B3 contains customer, which can be seen in the sample report options window. The final required keyword is value. This keyword must appear in row 1. The intersection of the option row and the value column creates the value for the option. In this example, cell C3 contains the customer number. When the viewer opens the report options window, they can specify a new value. This value is then stored in cell C3, and this cell can be referenced in other cells to control the information displayed by the report. Let's add a date range to our report as well. We start by placing the option keyword in column A. We already have the title and value keywords in row 1, so all we have to do is add the titles we want, in this case start date and end date, and for each a starting value that we might want to use in our report. When we run this report, the report options window appears, and we can modify the customer number we want to report on and the date range we want to look at. Let's look at the simple steps involved in making this even more powerful. Instead of having to enter our customer number by hand, it would be nice to be able to look at a list from which we can choose. We'll start by adding another keyword. We'll place Lookup in row 1, and on the same row as our filter, we'll add a new NL Lookup function. This function is designed specifically for this purpose. We want to look in the customer table for the number field and use that to choose from. When we run the report, we can click on the Lookup symbol, and we are presented with a list of our customer numbers. However, since we probably do not have all of our customers' numbers memorized, it would be more convenient to display the customer name as well. Here's how to do that. Returning back to design mode, let's modify our NL Lookup function. We will select both the number and name fields and then press Enter. Now when we run the report and attempt to look up our customer number, we also see the name of each customer. Only the first value, in our example the number field, is returned to our report, but the extra information helps us choose what we want. We can choose one customer, multiple separate customers, or a range of customers. Once we press OK, our choice is placed in the report option window, using the correct format for what we choose. For further information, please see our video where we explore even more possibilities with the NL Lookup function. Let's make our report options even more robust by adding some validation. As an example, let's assume that the start date for our report must be prior to today's date. We can add the keyword valid to row 1 of our report. And then, across from our start date option, enter an Excel function which will determine if the entered date does or does not qualify as a valid date for our report. When we run the report, enter in a starting date that is not correct for this report, and press Run, we are informed that the entered value is not valid. If we want to use our own text for that message, there's a keyword for that too. We enter Message in row 1, and for our specific report option, enter the text we want to appear. We can also add helpful reminders to help the viewer enter in the correct information. First, we'll change the name of the title of the option. And next, we can add some text to the report option that will display when the mouse hovers over that option. This is known as a tooltip. To do so, we'll add the tooltip keyword in row 1. And next to our report option, we'll add the text we want to appear. When the report is run and the mouse is placed over that report option, the text helps guide the viewer in entering the correct data. This completes this basic overview of the JET report options. We hope you found this information useful, and we look forward to seeing you in other videos from us. Thank you for watching.